have so much to show you. Hi guys, it's Teresa, gardening on the West Fork, Zone 6B. And we're downstairs. I have to tell you that on March 24th, I planted Cosmos seeds, zinnia seeds, the dwarf zinnia, and the giant zinnia. I have morning glory seeds and giant marigold seeds. And all but the marigolds have germinated. I've got to show you. Look at this. This is the dwarf zinnias, and I have all but 2 cells that have germinated, and there's a good chance they will germinate. But what I've done with my dwarf zinnias, these are the giant zinnias that I planted. Look at these, doing great. And I've mentioned that with the giant zinnias, I will pot these up once they get their first set of true leaves, because I want them to be a much stronger plant. They get very tall. If you've never grown giant zinnias, they're awesome for the back of the border, middle of the border. And I know I'm not going to plant these out till the end of May, 1st of June. And I want to have good hardy plants so they can get in among my perennial border, which can be crowded. And so they need to be a nice, sturdy, strong plant, not just a little plug like these. So they'll get potted out. Here are my Cosmos, multi-packed, colorful Cosmos. There's still a few more to germinate, but at this point, when you see this germination, you know, they were so quick to touch the moisture dome that it's time to take them off the moisture dome. I have unplugged the heat mats. Moisture domes are off of these, and now they're just going to grow out on their own, get stronger every day, but you keep them under lights. That's what they like. The other thing I have are look at these morning glories. These morning glories were up in 2 days, and these are my heavenly blue. They're gorgeous. Again, I like these for their vines. I have 100% germination. Isn't that nice? So they'll go out in the garden once they get hardened off. All of these will start being hardened off. Depending, I have to look at the 10 to 15 day forecast for our area close to May 15th, which is supposed to be the end of the frost. And then I just start taking them out in a shaded area. All of these will be hardened off, even the geraniums. They'll all go out, you know, introduce them to a cloudy day, warmer temperatures, nothing below 40 degrees at night, or 50 if you can have that, so that they do well when you get ready to transplant them. And I give them about a week of hardening off when I'm ready to do that. But the only thing left on a heat mat and under moisture dome are my giant yellow marigolds. I've had no germination. They say it can take 5 to 10 days. The other thing I've done is I've gone ahead, and I can show you this, or maybe you can see it, but I've gone ahead and I've taken a couple other seeds per cell and laid them on top of the soil, cover them up very shallowly, because everything else is pretty much surface sown, even though they said plant these 1/4 inch deep. So I'm going to see if they all germinate, great, but if I can get some other germination from the ones I just put in there, that would even be cooler. I'd love to have some. The worst that can happen is if these don't germinate, I can go to a garden center. Now that it's in my mind that I want a giant gold marigold in my display, I can always buy some. They're usually very reasonable, but let's hope for some germination here. I'll keep an eye on those. And so that is my great news. I tell you, it's exciting times in March. If you're like me and you can't get out to try these fun things to do, and it's a little bit of joy. What you don't want to do if you planted seeds like on Monday is be gone a week, because I came down, I watered from the bottom all of these. They were drying out being on the heat mats, which I said the heat mats now are all off except on the marigolds. And they had germinated. So you know, if you're gone too long, the Cosmos were touching the top of the moisture dome. So you wanted to get that off. And then I lowered the lights a little bit more so that you can keep them at a lower level to help them bush out a little bit. So this is what I wanted to show you today. And I hope if you've planted some seeds, you're having this good germination day as I am. So thanks for watching Gardening on the West Fork, seeing some success down for summer blooms to be planted hopefully into May, 1st of June. Thanks for watching. We'll see you the next time, guys. Bye.